Hello tubes, and welcome to this fine Wednesday evening. This is my wind down day before I go back to work. I'm got a M5OD-R2 that I pulled out of a 1990 F-150 4x4. So it'll made up beautifully to that transfer case. Some of y'all are gonna be mad, but I don't care. It's my truck, and I was able to pick this guy up pretty cheaply. I got it for under $200 plus that guy there. I got it with the shifter. I got the 4x4 shifter, boot stuff, and a couple other things here and there, and the bolts that I was missing for this, and a drain plug. So I'm pretty much all complete there. I'm just kind of going through this transmission. I don't really think I'm going to tear it apart a whole lot tonight. I just want to kind of figure out what parts I need before I just order up a kit. And I'm just looking at all the gears here. These look pretty good. You know, it looks fine. But what I wanted to look at, and I know fifth and reverse is sometimes an issue on these things. And I'm not sure. I think this is reverse. I'd have to tip it back over and shift it into reverse to find out. One of these is fifth. This might even be fifth for all I know. I forget now. So I'm looking at the slider here and see how the dogs are kind of chewed up a little bit. Yeah, that's all on the slider. So I gotta find a way to count the teeth on these things, and then what I'm gonna do is, well, once I know how many teeth are on it, then I can go ahead and order that slider. My hope is I'm gonna go through and make sure all the sliders are good if they're not chewed up like this one is, and I'm gonna make a little list of what I need, and I'll probably order that slider and any others if they're broken or chewed up. Not broken, but just chewed up. So I'm gonna get a new input shaft, and then let alone the rebuild kit I'm gonna order once I find out how many teeth this guy uses on the synchros there. At least I think it was the kit I'm looking at, and they're saying make sure you have the 33 tooth or the 42 teeth fifth synchro or something like that for the reverse synchro. I forget exactly, but anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna go through that real quick and figure out what we got going on. So far I haven't found, there's no big chunks of metal. I mean, this is right where the drain plug was, and I didn't see any. Nothing from like the gear train or anything. I found a little piece. It was part of a wavy washer that was broken off from up here, so I got to get a rebuild kit for that. Now I'm going to show you guys the input gear on this. I'm going to pull the top cover here in just a second, and it looks it's questionable. Let's put it that way. Ideally, I would like to just kind of roll with it, but then again, at the same time, it probably would be a bad idea if I replaced it. Well, let me get the top cover off and I'll show you what's going on. So, here's the top cover. It's got the rear rubber plugs that like to leak. The rebuild kit that I'm looking at comes with the metal ones. Look at this. Look at the shift forks. They're like brand new. I don't think I'm gonna have to do much up here other than just rebuild the shifter portion. Let's see, what do we got going on in here? As I look down there, I don't really see anything scary. Yeah, there's a piece of that washer I was talking about. It's just stuck to the side there. I have to make sure we get all that out of here. So this is what the input gear looks like. You can kind of see that little rough texture it has on it. I wonder if that's from the input bearing being all goofy. The dogs on these sliders look pretty good. I'd probably get a closer look when I don't have the camera in my hand on this other side, but they'll look pretty good. So we got 1, 2, 3 sliders. So, okay, yeah. So just the one down there, the 5th in reverse. I can barely see it, but the other side looks okay. It's just the back side of that is a little scary looking. So it looks like just a typical rebuild kit, which comes with all the bearings. I think maybe I'll rock that input shaft. No, I am not keeping that input shaft. I actually just ordered a new input shaft and a cluster gear set. I wonder if they were just starting to run it. Oh, yeah, you can see it. Okay, the other side of the gear. It's got that texture too. It's the back side it don't. And all these main bearings here looked pretty good when I took it all out. What do we got? Do we have another bearing in it? No, it's just rides in. It's just an idler gear, so that's not really doing much. So let's see. Yeah, so as I expected, the slider in the back here, that back side that's all chewed up, that's the reverse. That's when you're still rolling forward and you just bang it right into reverse. Yeah, that's that. I'm going to replace that because I don't want to have that be the determining factor of whether I can go in a reverse or not, even at a stop. That would just, yeah, so we're going to replace that. Everything else I think looks pretty good. I already pulled this tray out. There was just some like RTV stuff. I think there's still some more of that washer crap. Not really something I need to see, but I was expecting this thing to have some shenanigans. Okay. From the looks of it, it didn't look like those gears were even close to engaging. Like, what's the point of having that gear there? I don't even know how you get that cluster out of there. That's the only thing I don't understand about manual transmissions. Is it's like, how does that come apart? I don't get it. So, 5th and reverse slider. I'm gonna try and count the teeth on it. Chances are it's probably at 42 teeth. And then I'm gonna write that down on my list. And then just a rebuild kit. The other sliders are good. So yeah, I think we're in good shape for the most part. And there's 2 sites that I'm looking at. I'll post the links for them. One has has basically everything in individual pieces. The other site has the overall rebuild kit, which I'm gonna get after I determine what shenanigans I need. And then the other one, yeah, you can get every part individually. I'm gonna see if I can just get the input shaft, because I think we're good on the main shaft. It's not broken off, obviously. So yeah, I kind of want to have all my parts ready to go before I make my friend rebuild it, because I just want to rebuild it in one shot and then, yeah, and then I can start tearing my truck apart and we can start putting the 5-speed in. So yeah, I think I got good with this one. I think when I originally did this project, or when I put the Cummins 4BT in my truck, I was looking for one of these because I couldn't find the ZF5. I still couldn't find the ZF5. And if I did, it was like a 2-wheel drive deal and a big block. And I didn't want to spend all that money to upgrade to a big block bell housing. It's like almost $2,000 I would have to spend to convert it. So. But when I did find one of these, I went to churn the drive shaft, and it just made the most awful screeching sound I've ever heard out of a transmission. And so I passed on it and went with the MP435 that was sitting in the bench seat of another F-150, and it's still in that truck. It's been doing great for the most part, but its second gear is pretty interesting sometimes. Third gear, it never stays in unless you're accelerating. Otherwise, downshifting, it just pops out, so I don't downshift at all. Yeah, so I'm hoping that we can rebuild this one proper and you know, make it last. Everybody says, you know, do the shift plugs. That's what we're gonna do. I'm pretty sure that's what mostly kills them, is that. And then I know some people have issues with shifting because the shift forks in there at the top where the thing goes in is all worn out, and then you get all the play in the shifter. So I'm gonna make sure that's all good. I'll check up top there and see if it's, I don't think it's too bad. I think there was a little bit of wear just where the thing was riding, but not where it actually pushes on stuff, so I think that's okay. But yeah, I think we'll be good with this one. You know, technically I probably could have just, you know, rolled with it as is, but it's an M5OD. I don't trust it. Someone's flying. Donald Trump's flying over it now. I would rather spend the time and a little extra money and swap out, you know, the synchros. They look great. They're probably fine, at least on the outside appearance. But I'm gonna just go ahead and replace all those. Replace that slider in the back that I don't really care too much for, and then I'm gonna see about the input shaft. Just replacing that. I don't know. I just roll with it. I know it definitely needs a new bearing up front. Yeah, new bearing up front. Unless it's supposed to be like that. Doesn't seem right to me. I mean, well, you know, once it goes into the engine, it's got a pilot bearing that holds it in, but still, that's like hot damn. So they have this little dot right here, and I just used that as my reference point, and then just went one over, and I used a little pick that would stay in each little groove, so I could just count it, and then if I have to rotate this, I won't lose my spot. And got 42 teeth, so if I didn't know and I ordered a random kit that I was looking at, I would have gotten it right anyways, because it was a 42 teeth deal. So yeah, all right. I think I'll get that put that slider in the basket and see about the input shaft and the other stuff, and I'll figure out how much I need, and that'll determine how many days of overtime I might want to work. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna slam this back together for now, and then I don't know, in a couple weeks we'll have those parts ready to go, and then there will be a rebuild video on this. It should be interesting. I don't know if Joseph Caldwell's up to it, but I think maybe we're gonna have to drink a little bit. Alright. Thanks for watching, tubes. Keep your prickin' advice. Oh wait, that's AVE's line. Crap.